Hello, it's Caroline Balinska from e-commerce Backstage Pass. Yesterday I brought you a video live from the streets in Barcelona. Go back and watch it if you haven't watched it yet. All of these videos that I'm creating are all about selling online, but yesterday I put together a video based on a restaurant that's here in Barcelona. Go and watch it, it'll explain everything. And really the whole premise is that this particular restaurant is the best seafood place in Barcelona. If you go and Google it and you look at one of those review websites, everyone rants and raves about how fantastic it is. Everything's meant to be absolutely fantastic. I've been here for 2.5 years in Barcelona, and every single time I've walked past this restaurant, it's always had a huge queue down the street. I'm talking huge queue down the street, and every time I just think I'm not lining up in that queue. Yesterday I had a friend here and I decided to go there to that restaurant to show them that restaurant, and the queue only had about 20 people. On the video from yesterday you'll see that there's about 20 people in front of us, and I said, okay, let's just give this a go, and I want to check out this restaurant anyway. I really want some seafood, so let's go in there. And the video that I shot yesterday was from the queue lining up. I arrived 15 minutes. We got there 15 minutes before the doors opened at 8 o'clock. And I actually was at the back of the queue. By the time I finished the video, the queue was double the length already. So with 10 minutes until opening, there was a queue down the street. That queue, we ended up, so we were in the queue from 7:45. We got inside at, the doors open at 8, but then they had to let only 2 people at a time go through to order their food, because there was a big table of seafood. You order your food from there and then you go and find a seat to sit in. From the time we got there, it took us then another 45 minutes to get seated. So it was about, it took a half an hour to get seated. So it was 8:30 by the time we sat down. And then we had to wait for the food. They give you these this little buzzer, and you have to go up and get your food from the counter window. And you're serving yourself. I wanted to let you know about my experience, because the whole idea of yesterday, what I was talking about was how amazing it is to have so many raving fans, people raving about your business, and this is the sort of business you want to create. But I wanted to bring you an update on the actual experience that I went through. And what I realized, I've been saying this to people for years and years, and this just proves it, is you only have to be 5% better than your competition to actually be successful. So all these people thinking, oh, look at that company, I'll never ever get to that level, I'll never be as good as them. You only need to be 5% better. So there we're in the restaurant. The line was ridiculously long. They didn't speed up the line at all. There was people standing around at the beginning not serving anyone because there was nothing for them to do. They didn't try to speed up our service. We then had to change bars to get our drinks. The girl walked away from the actual payment. There was another girl doing payments. She walked away. So then we had to just stand there waiting in no man's land for more than 5 minutes until the girl came back. Maybe she went for a bathroom break, but they didn't have someone there to serve us, just to pay before we could sit down. We sit down. It's a seafood restaurant, and they didn't give us anything to wash our hands with before we were eating. Okay, not everyone's going to eat by hand, but if you're eating prawns and you're peeling them, you're probably going to eat them by hand. Well, I do anyway. And they didn't give us any wet towels to wash our hands, so I had to get up and go to the bathroom to wash my hands. Then we got the lobster and crab, and they didn't give us the little skewer things to pick out, the little forks to pick out the actual inside of the crab. So we decided to go up and ask. So they had it all. They had those little skewers. They had the cloths. They had it all. They just didn't want to give it to us. Everything you had to pay extra for. And we didn't have to pay for those things, but they weren't offering it. It's like, if I'm in a seafood restaurant, I expect that on the table. In a proper restaurant, I would always get that. Their fish was extremely fresh. I'll give them that. It was really, really good. It was not even that cheap. The bill came to, we just got seafood. We did get a lot, but it wasn't over. It was like, the price per kilo was still the normal price that I see everywhere else. So it wasn't, anything special. I think it just, people have that idea that it's cheap, so then they go in there and you can get 2 prawns if you want to. You don't have to get, a certain amount. So that probably makes it a bit cheaper for people because they can get small amounts of everything. But anyway, it wasn't even that cheap. You could only get wine by the bottle. There was like a one wine by the glass, but everything else was by the bottle. They make you buy the whole bottle. There was, no variety with drinks. There was no service. I was laughing about the knives and forks that we got on the table. I went, oh my God, these are the sort of things that you see at a camp. Like by the bushfire, you might, school camp, you see these knives and forks. Really, the place was so low level overall for the price that we were paying that I was really, really surprised. Look, the seafood was amazing, and that's what I went there for. But this was just, I just want to tell you about this experience to show you do not need to be a whole lot better. That restaurant has made its unique selling point the fact that they have the freshest fish. You can buy it, one off and per kilo, how much you want. And that's what makes them different. All the other things were not better. Okay, overall, they were better than if I went to maybe another place like that. That's probably the best version of that I've seen. But they're still not fantastic. So that's what I want you to take away from this. Just aim to achieve 5% better than your competitors, whatever that unique selling point is that you're trying to achieve. And don't worry about trying to aim, I talk about aiming high. Yes, you've got to aim high, but don't get overwhelmed by it. Don't get bombarded with, oh my God, I'm never going to reach that level. Just aim for that little bit better. And just, once you get to there, then you can be a little bit better again and a little bit better. But just don't overwhelm yourself with the fact that, you have to be some sort of magical business straight away. Just aim to be a little bit better, and over time you'll just get better and better anyway, and you'll get raving fans that way. So that was my little thing for today. I just wanted to let you know about that restaurant, and interesting experience. I'm glad I went. Not sure if it's, I'd line up in that queue again, but I can understand why people do. It was really fresh fish. That's it. So just be better than your competitors by only 5%, and you're going to achieve great success in your business. So have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wherever you are, and take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.